Want to hear a story about how I lost my passport while traveling in China? Stick around because you do not want to miss this, okay?
This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire.
Hey everyone, welcome back to See For Yourself. And if you are new, welcome. Thank you for joining. I am C. And all my supporters, all my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing, sharing, commenting, liking. This is where it's at, okay? Don't take my word for it. Just stick around to see for yourself. So today, guys, I want to share with you a story about how I was traveling in China and lost my passport. Like, seriously, can you imagine traveling in a country such as China and losing your passport? All right, so guys, I went to China for about a year. I was teaching English and it was great. It was a wonderful experience. China is a beautiful country. However, when I was leaving, that's the time I lost my passport on my way to a flight, actually. So I had about 3-4 flights. I took the first flight, and then when I was on to the second flight, I lost my passport. Like, who does that? Like, seriously, how would you feel losing your passport in the middle of transit? Like, seriously, it's not a good time. So comment down below and let me know how you were feeling, you would feel actually, if that happened to you while traveling. So, by the way, guys, this was before COVID, okay? Just wanted to let you know this was before COVID, guys. Well before COVID. All right, so after getting to the airport, I had to check in and I got this little green card. Now, this was on the ground floor, so we had to take a shuttle to get to the plane. So this shuttle was ran-packed, so I ran in. I actually got the last seat on the plane. I was so excited. So I was examining this little green card that I got, and I was like, it's the first time I've ever checked into a flight and got a tiny little green card, you know? So I was looking at it, was like, this is strange, this is new, this is different. So I was looking at it. So the rain, it was pouring rain, by the way. So when I got into the shuttle, I tucked it into the side of my bag with my passport, my boarding passes for my different flights that I had to catch, because I was about to travel for like 36 hours, right? And I had already taken one plane, like I said before. So when we got to the plane, we drove in the rain in the shuttle for about 15 minutes. So when we got to the plane, I was like ready to come out. So, but it was a crowd. Now, one thing about China, it's always a crowd. There's always a lot of people and there's always a crowd. There's always a line. There's always a crowd. So this shuttle, when we got there, it was pouring rain. So I didn't want to run out into the rain. So I sat on the shuttle and I waited for a while until most of the people were out. Another reason why I waited was because outside, to get to the plane, you had to go up some steps about, like, I think it was like 3 flights of stairs. And there was like a tiny shelter, maybe less than the length of a car, okay, to get up to those stairs. And I was not gonna run out with everyone and stand in the rain. So of course, I waited. And after waiting, when the time came, I was like, okay, there was a line. People were standing in the rain out there. And I was like, no, I'm not going to join this line. I'm going to run past everybody. And go and squeeze myself and beg a bly at the side of the stairs, right? So that's what I did. I ran past everyone, ran to the side of the staircase and squeezed myself in. That's exactly what I did. So after doing that, everyone was looking at me like, now mark you, I was the only foreigner on the plane. Well, I think I was. And most of the people there weren't speaking English. I don't know if they knew English, but they weren't speaking English. No, I saw them legit, like literally look at me and went, I don't know what they said. And I'm not mocking their language, by the way, but I don't know what they said. They just spoke a language I didn't know. So at that point, I was like, oh, I'm sorry, but I can't stand in this rain out here with you guys. I have got to go. So I ran up the staircase. I squeezed past them and started going up the staircase. Now, of course, I got cocky. I started laughing because there were so many people left behind me. Except my laughter turned to sorrow when I got to the top of the staircase and the guy said passport, and I didn't have my passport to show. Now, how I found this out, I dipped into the side of my bag. I was like, yes, sure, no problem. 1 second. I dipped into the side of my bag. There was no passport. I almost fainted. I was like, what in the world? I started searching frantically for the passport, but people were behind me. So I said, let me just step to the side. So I stepped to the side. I started digging up my bag and everything. There was no passport inside. There was the boarding pass. There was the green piece of card that I got when I checked in. There was everything except the passport. What would you do? What would you do at this point? So while I was there, I was like, I don't know where it is. So this guy was looking at me like I was crazy. Like, what do you mean you don't know where the passport is? And I'm like, I don't have it. It may have fallen off. I mean, logically thinking, I thought it fell off on the shuttle or when I was running towards the staircase. Now, if it had fell off when I ran towards the staircase, I was like, oh my God, that passport is done. Because that's pouring rain outside. Anyhow, you know, that actually taught me a lesson. It taught me to wait my turn. Okay, if I had not gone running past everyone. Anyhow, let me not give you a spoiler. Okay, so at this point, the guy had no patience with me. He was like, passport, passport, passport. I was like, I don't know where it is. Call the shuttle, call somewhere. I don't know. It must have fallen off somewhere. So at this point, they called. Obviously, the people told them no passport was in sight. I was like, seriously, what am I gonna do? Like, what does he mean? So I said to him, it must have fallen out my bag or something outside in the pouring rain. Of course, this guy now takes me for a liar or something because he's like, seriously? At this point, guys, I don't know, but I started hearing my mom's voice telling me, you should not go to China. Why are you going to China for? Don't go to China. Yada, yada, yada. They're this, they're that. I started hearing everybody's voice coming back to me. Why are you going to China though? Out of everywhere in the world, why are you going to China? At this point, I started hearing everybody's voice saying to me, why are you going to China? You should not have gone there. I'm like, seriously? I'm trying to leave right now. Why is this happening? Guys, I started crying. I started bawling like a baby. I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't have come. Oh, they're gonna lock me up. Oh my God. They don't speak English. What am I gonna do? Oh my God. That was me. I started crying. I felt my blood pressure go from 0 to 100 real quick. I legit did not know what to do. I was just sitting there bawling like an idiot. Anyhow, the guy had no patience. So I showed him the little green card. I was like, I did board I passed through. I got checked on because I don't know what he was thinking at this point. But I know anybody in his situation would be thinking, is she supposed to be on this flight or not, you know? So he said, what's your name? So I told him my name. He asked me to write it down. Now, guys, I couldn't even see to write my own name on the paper. It was flooded with tears. My hands were shaking. I almost passed out. I don't know how I didn't die. I don't know how I lived through it. But anyway, the people now who I ran past, of course, started passing me, getting checked in and going on the flight, while I was told to stand in the corner like a little 1-year-old child that misbehaved. Okay? So while I was standing in my car and everybody was looking at me, I started feeling embarrassed. I turned my back and I started looking through this glass window. By this point, the guy comes back. He's like, passport, passport. I'm like, I don't know where it is. Now, I don't know, but my experience there in China, not everyone speaks English. Actually, it's a very small amount of people that speaks English or knows the language. And the small amount, many of them don't know it well. So some of the information will be lost in transit, right? In that exchange, some of it will be lost. So in my mind, I'm like, does he not hear me saying I don't know? I really don't know. Doesn't he see me bawling and shaking like a crackhead? I don't know what's going on right now. Anyhow, guess what they did? I was standing there looking through the window. Next thing I know, I see sirens pulling up. Sirens. They were gonna lock me up. I was like, are they serious right now? Sirens? Are they gonna lock me up? At this point, my head went from, okay, I just lost my passport. What am I going to do? To, oh my God, I'm never going to see my family again. I'm going to die in jail in China. That's what's gonna happen to me right now. I'm a rot in a cell. Nobody's gonna know where I am. Oh my God, what did I do to myself? Why did I bother to come? That's where my mind went. I started thinking about all the negative stories I've heard about China and people getting locked up there and not seeing their family for years, etc. I'm like, Lord Jesus, why'd I come? I started thinking I was going to be talking. They're not going to understand what I'm saying, and I'm just going to be a helpless case. You know what I mean? I was frantic. I was feeling all sorts of feelings, and none of them were anything at all looking good for me in my head. That's the destruction of overthinking right there. He started looking through the green cards that he got because apparently the sirens, it was police. Yup, they came. They didn't speak to me, they spoke to him. And there was the same woman that checked me in on the flight. I saw her and she had a list with all the names. So she was like confirming that my name was on the list, which it was, which was good. Then I was so embarrassed. I was just standing in my corner bawling. I couldn't see. I was shaking like a leaf. I was imagining my worst outcome and what that was going to be like for me. So they checked the name on the list. They found out that I was there. Now the thing about it, this guy, he was like excited. I don't know if this would have been like maybe a big move for him career-wise, if he bust me for being I don't know what, impersonating. I don't know. I really don't know. But this guy was acting all happy because of this incident. However, while standing there, I started praying because I said, God, them are going to lock me up. I don't know what me I going to do. I got dead. Whoa. I just started bawling. I was just bawling uncontrollably. And next thing I know, he was being real aggressive to me, by the way. He was just rushing me like, stand over there, don't move, stay there. I was like, I'm not a criminal in my mind, you know. Anyhow, I started praying because I was like, God, you gotta show up for me, please. I'm a firm believer of God, so I started praying, God, you gotta come through. Right there and then I felt somebody tap me on my shoulder, so I turned around only to see the flight attendant come off the plane. While she tapped me, she asked my name. I told her, and she was literally holding my passport in her hand. Now, I was so shocked. I looked at the woman and said, what's that? As if I don't know my own passport. So she was like, it's your passport. I'm like, huh? I was just not there. I was like, what? So she brought it over to him. They cross-checked it. And then to see if the name matched and everything. Then she came back to me and she said, that's your passport. Come over here. I'm like, where did you get it? No, seriously, who wants to know where you got it? I just want to know you have it and I can get out of here because this plane was not about to leave me. So I was just completely out of it, guys. So I went over there. The guy looked at it and he said, this is the part that I couldn't even believe he did. You know what he did next? He went, I need other identification. It looked like his whole world crashed. Like whatever he thought was about to happen, it did not happen and it was not about to happen anymore. So this guy decided to ask me for more identification. Like seriously, outside of your country, only your passport is the only official means of document that can identify you, nothing more. This guy proceeds to asking me for additional identification. I'm like, he cannot be serious right now. Anyhow, I found 3 different pieces of ID in my bag and I gave him one. He asked for another. I gave him another. He asked for another. I'm like, seriously, I don't have any more. He looked like his whole world got smashed. Now, he was so mad to the point where he said, okay, he gave me back my documents and went like this. Go. I was like, seriously? I didn't even know where to go because the flight attendant was gone. It was just me. The flight was about to leave. There were 2 doors in front of me. I didn't know which one to take. So I said to him, which one should I go? He just looked at me like this. Go. I almost ran. Anyhow, the flight attendant, she came back out and she said, come. And I walked in with her. By the time I got on the flight, I was asking her, I was like, by the time I got to my seat, everybody knew that the plane was just waiting on me to get on to sort out what was happening. So the other flight attendants, like everybody knew my business right there and then. The other flight attendants, they came up to my seat. They were so kind. Big up to, what's the name of their airlines again? Oh my God, I don't remember, but big up China Airlines. I think it's some I don't remember. But anyway, big up on yourself, on a large, on a cool, big up on yourself. They were so supportive. They came to me. They were like, "How are you doing? Did you find your passport? Are you okay? Do you need anything?" They were so supportive. So I asked one of them. I said, "How did they find the passport?" And she said, "A passenger on the flight." Now, the shuttle went back like 3 times, came back and unloaded, and I was standing in the corner. Can you believe that somebody had my passport, saw me being the only black person on this flight, and went inside the plane, passed me out there looking hysterical with my passport in their hand? Like, that was just so mischievous and just wrong. That was just wrong, you know? Anyhow, I'm just happy to be past that. I'm happy that was over. That was a very sad moment in my life that I do not want to relive. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for watching my video. Thank you for tuning into my channel. And before you go, if you have not subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Hit that like button. Turn on your post notification bell. Comment down below. Let me know what was your worst experience traveling ever. And let's chat about that. And share. Don't forget to share. Thank you so much, guys, for the support. All my subscribers, big up on yourself, love on enough, and continue to watch my channel. Also, guys, I do teach English as a second language. If you're interested, check the description box below for info, and I can hook you up. All right, now bye for now. Thank you so much, and don't just take my word for it. Remember to see for yourself. Bye. Here are a few clips of my time in China, guys. The first one in black and white is the day this took place when I got on the plane. Hope to see you next time.